Worshipful Master, Right Worshipful Brethren, Very Worshipful Brethren, Worshipful Brethren and Brother-in-law. Relevance of Freemasonry in today's times. I think it is not relevant. So we can close shop. But are we willing to do this? After having centuries of brotherhood across the globe, maybe it's time to think how we can proceed forward. If you look at the relationships in social life or even in families, people are apart and they live in apartments. Maybe that is the name. People are more self-centered and they are not willing to share with others what they should be doing in a society. Similarly, even if you are looking at the manpower or human resources in organizations, everybody wants promotions but nobody wants to improve their skill. I think it is similar even within the lodge premises when we talk of rituals. We have talked about members leaving the organization or not attending the meetings. Maybe we can draw parallel to the food joints across the city or anywhere. When the food is good, whether it is by the side of the road or in a posh restaurant, people are willing to travel to enjoy that delicacy. So here, if the ritual is good, brethren would be interested to attend. Otherwise, to come and sit in a lodge where every member or officer is fumbling to find out where their portion in the ritual book is, would be interested to come and attend. I know here we have very few master masons, but all the past masters of various lodges are equally required to put in their thoughts and individually in their lodges to do something or to find out ways. In a family, do we leave if a child in the family is not behaving properly? If it is not properly disciplined, do we leave them just like that? We don't. But in lodge, we don't care. How many of us as past masters are hand-holding the younger brethren? I know the younger brethren too are equally not interested in the way the past masters think. There is a gap in thinking. So there has to be a stepping down by the past masters, you call it ego or seniority or whatever, and there is also a requirement for the younger brethren to have a thought of improving their skill. As I said, even in organizations, when we are talking about human resource, people want to grow in the career, but everybody is not willing to sharpen their skills. So also in the lodge, as I said earlier. So it is time that we have to find a way. I remember listening to my father that there were seniors who were guiding the newly joined masons or entered apprentices to sit with them and explain to them the process and what they should be doing. But today, like in our regular life, everybody is busy. There are past masters who are willing to spare the time if a young master mason would like to learn. But there is a gap. As I said, now if a teacher says you are all welcome to me, if you want to clarify your doubts, hardly any students go, except for one or two. And those are always there, whether in a school or even in masonry. So this is a time where we have to find out. Now when we are talking of relevance, I said it is not relevant. But do we leave it there? As I said, in a family, if a child doesn't behave properly or doesn't learn, do we leave them? So we have to find a ways of how we can improve on this. There are 3 degrees in masonry. We have to become an entered apprentice, then a fellow craft and a master mason. And it generally takes time for somebody of an entered apprentice to become a fellow craft and for a fellow craft to become master mason. But due to the less number of intakes, we have one candidate, 3 meetings, we are fixed. Entered apprentice, fellow craft and master mason. Whether the candidate is able to at least answer the questions in the process of attaining a higher degree. No doubt the deacons are there to prompt, but it is for the candidate to give out the answers. So that much of hard work, we are not encouraging them. We want a candidate to become a master mason, and immediately we are willing to give that master mason an office, and that officer or the master mason does not know what is his portion or where his dialogues are there or part of the ritual. So this is a sorry state of affair that we have right now across lodges. As earlier we have heard, the participation of brethren in lodge meetings is because one is the ritual. Here maybe I would like to draw a parallel to movies, because most of us are willing to watch movies or are habituated to watching movies. Irrespective of the cast, if the director has the potential of holding the grip of the attention of the audience, the movie is a super success. You might have n number of stalwarts in the movie, but if that story or presentation is not proper, it is a flop. So also is the ritual. So unless there is that input and hard work put in by the officers to deliver a good ritual, it is very difficult to retain members and draw the existing members to attend the lodges. So this is something that maybe we have to take in new members who are having that zeal to learn, to improve. And Freemasonry talks about becoming a better individual through the learnings that we have in symbolism to stone masonry from the earlier ages. So this has to be explained to individuals, and there was a time where you need to wait if you have to get into the line of officers. But today it is just walk in, or rather we say, we invite them, you join today, you become master in 2 years. So if that is the approach, and the another approach is maybe highlighting the festivity board. So this is something that maybe we need to think, enlighten our brethren, and see how we can utilize the potential, because in today's world there are many youngsters who are willing to explore new areas, willing to learn. So maybe we have to do some searching rather than pick up whoever comes in or who is willing to pay the subscription, take them in. Maybe we have to spend time nurturing that entered apprentice to become a good master mason. So it is on the shoulders of each and every past master of each and every lodge to participate actively. So for that, the current officers have to do their part in the ritual. And as I said, I am sure most of the past masters are willing to guide the younger brethren in terms of ritual. And when I talk of guiding the younger brethren in terms of ritual, maybe I know every organization, every family has politics, that has to come out. I have seen in many organizations that once you are a past president or a past master or whatever, you have the right to control. If we are trying to control, how can you expect something new to happen? So you will have to give a free hand to the ruling master to do what? I know most of us say, in my time we used to do like this. Fine, that was that time, but today it is not the same. Allow them to do something different, unless it is outside the framework of Freemasonry. Then you need to step in and guide. This cannot be done, this can be done. So within that framework, if they can, then maybe we will be able to attract more members. But if you want to sit on the head of the ruling masters and we want to control and say that this has to happen, then I think they would say, okay, I don't have to do anything. They'll be doing the thinking and I'll just sit in the chair and execute, that's it. Then we will not have innovation, we will not have new thought, we will not have new blood coming in with great ideas or ways in which we can improve our fraternity. So all these, there are so many things that have to be thought of. Maybe the 5 minutes, 6 minutes, I know. I can see Martin would be indicating the time. So this is what we need to, maybe we have to have a workshop on this, where we have more number of past masters speaking on this issue and find ways how we can develop our fraternity. So all these views I represent from Lodge Coromandel, but the views are mine. As most of the news channels say, the channel does not have any connection with the views of the presenter. So also here, I represent Lodge Coromandel, but the views are mine. So thank you, Lodge Walter, for thinking of this new way of sharing thoughts, and I am sure this will go a long way in building our fraternity, making it stronger. Thank you once again, one and all.